Oh, man, what about tomorrow? You live to run again, fool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just continue to run. And maybe it has something to do with game theory. I don't know. Because the person who is pursuing you is going to keep pursuing you. So at some point, you have to stop and face him, which is going to be better for the both of you, possibly.
Yep. And as we see, Mike just faces the music out the gate. First of all, so then after school, they're walking up and he says, any hint of a fight, it gets around the school and everything. You guys, the three of them, walked directly into a gate and they're facing the gate like, where are you going from this gate? It was weird.
Funny how any hint of a fight always gets around the whole school.
Hey, look, ain't even nobody out here. Hey, man, my little sister tell me you can't keep your motherfucking hands to yourself.
And then next thing you know, here's Stacey and Alicia, and Stacey is like, hey, I heard you messing with my sister,
Yeah. And we have a moral question here because Stacey is clearly older than all of them who are middle school, right? And is the offense great enough where this basically grown man, especially in relation to them, comes onto the campus and basically fights a middle schooler?
Well, how old was
Some will
Stacey?
say,
Stacey was
I don't know,
probably
let's
like
say
a
16?
teenager, 16, 17,
and the boys maybe 13?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, think about it. It's a high schooler coming to middle school to fight somebody, basically. So, but does that offense warrant it? Because it could be said. It don't matter. Her grown daddy could have came, right? Some people would say.
I feel like it's warranted without maybe the complete physical intervention that was happening, right? But if the intimidation, I do think could be warranted, because at the end of the day, he violated her in a way that she didn't want to be violated. Like, he touched her. And that is inappropriate. Even back then,
Yeah.
she didn't want it. And you about to learn how not to have it happen.
Yeah.
But I think it could have been enough in that moment to be like, leave her alone, or one punch. But like, he went way overboard to me.
You think my sister a hoe or something? No, I think she purty.
Basically, he's like, oh, you think she a hoe or something? He's like, no, I think she purty. And then we see that Alicia kind of looks like, oh, he really likes me. And then he just basically pushes Mike into the fence, and Roland and Slim try to jump in. And, they were showing like they were real friends. But then, with some real threat of violence from Stacey, then they just kind of back off. And one of the funniest lines of the movie is delivered.
What, y'all want some of me? Man, yeah. What?
I guess so.
Okay, so basically, Mike just says, this guy assaulted me and it's going to be a fight, kind of, and he punches him, right?
This is my fight. Okay. What, nigga?
And then, then Stacey basically beats him up.
Just lets loose
So,
on him.
I don't know, is that he pushed him enough for Mike to respond? But he is a kid, but is it enough for Mike to respond with a punch?
Yes.
That warrants.
Well,
all right. So then, I guess so. But then, if you get punched, how do you respond too? Because Alicia does say, I just wanted you to scare him. I didn't want you to beat him up. But once he got punched, what is he to do?
yeah, that's true. I mean, I now that I look at this all in full context, I would say from Mike's end, I see why, like, you're in your fight or flight is going, your adrenaline is rushing, and you're like, hey, I better get my lick in while I can. But it was him getting his lick in that actually even escalated things even further. Maybe Stacey would have let him just go and embarrassed him, right?
Yeah,
Intimidated and
because
embarrassed him.
The way that Stacey looked was like, I can't believe this dude actually hit me. And yeah, it did appear at that moment that it was supposed to just be some intimidation.
But and then next thing you see, Alicia is like, "You gonna hurt him? Because now he's expressed that he kind of likes her.
She purdy.
She
Because he's
purdy.
from North Carolina.
Terrible accent. I don't think people from North Carolina sound that way. And then Alicia slaps her own brother, Stacey, in the face.
I said stop it, Stacey.
And helps Mike off the ground and asks if he's okay. Stacey goes off.
And then Mike tries to apologize and she just basically walks off, ignoring him.
So what's funny in the debrief after this, Mike is, got a bloody lip, and Slim and Ro come up to him and they're like, man, I thought he was going to kill you and everything. And Mike says to him, thanks for having my back, y'all. And what's funny is they really have his back? They tried to have his back a little bit, but they were just too
But that's what you
intimidated.
could do. It's just like, all right, let's take it globally, right? If you got some small countries who don't have a big military and stuff, they going to kind of back you up, right? But
Yeah.
they ain't going to get all the way involved in the conflict because they know the limitations and what's going to happen to them. So they did what they could, right? And they were scared too at the same time, but they pulled them off and everything. And yeah, so I think they did.
Yeah, I guess so. In the comments, let us know, did they have his back or not? Because at the end of the day, they were the ones who set him up and got him in this whole situation to begin with. Let us not forget that.
So Mike said it was worth the beat down to get to grab her butt.
Was it worth it, man? Getting beat down. Yeah.
So we are back to modern day, and the guys stop at the mini mart and they begin to reminisce about how they used to always go to this mini mart before the dances to get stuff, mints or whatever for the dance. And they talk about Mike and his inability to dance. And then, of course, we go back to 1986 or so, and we're reliving another memory.
And every flashback starts off with a record and a song.
So what I find interesting is we see Slim and Mike walking, and then they run into Alicia and her friend. And first thing, Slim is like, oh, the dance is coming. You going to save me a dance?
Hi, baby.
Hey, yo, I ain't your baby.
Y'all going to the dance?
Yo, you gonna sing me that dance, right?
And I'm like, okay, so they know Mike likes her. And but they're still going to continue to try to make passes at her.
No,
I
it's
guess.
not the same.
It's not the same. Okay, well, go ahead.
They all like her, right?
Well, so what? But
but none of them is getting with her. It's
whoever it's fair game until she chooses, so to speak.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
It's a numbers game. Because think about it, it's on the woman or the girl to pick the guy, right? So you might not be even the one she chooses.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah. So it could be the wrong guy in the crew chose the girl, and then nobody gets her, right? Even though she could, quote, be quality.
Foolishness.
So that's
like, I don't even want to hear this type of talk because it's weird to me. But I guess as a girl, that it was like, oh, you knew that was the guy that your friend liked, and so he wasn't a guy you just let yourself like. That just is not how.
Yeah, because the girl chooses.
The girl code is different.
Because the girl chooses.
Yeah.
The girl, you basically gonna get what you choose, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it might be guys you like that might not like you.
Yeah, but the likelihood for a boy versus a girl
is probably higher. You're right. You're right. Go to the comments. Do you guys think that the women, the ladies, the girls that they choose? Tell us in the comments if you think that's true or not. So when Roland joins the group, then Roland and Slim go back and forth about Alicia, and they're arguing over who, they think she likes between the two of them. Of course, they're not thinking about Mike at all.
Who she's chosen, right?
Alicia just came over and asked me if I was going to the dance. So that means she liked me, man. She made the point to ask me early in the morning. It was probably on her mind all night.
So the subject of dancing comes up, and then they're like, hey, Mike, you can dance, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm like Dance Fever.
Yeah, you can dance, right? Yeah, I'm like Dance Fever.
Dance Fever was a TV show where people would dance, and it aired from 1979 to 1987. And so basically what would happen is they would have dancers, and especially disco dancers and stuff, coming in dancing on the show. And it came out after Saturday Night Fever, which is this movie starring John Travolta that had people wanting to dance disco back in the day.
Right on.
So Mike, understanding that he does not know how to dance at all, decides to go home and he's going to teach himself how to dance.
Right.
there is no internet. There is no YouTube at this point. He cannot just simply go and be like, let me find out how to do the
This
latest
is not
dances.
a TikTok era where people who can't dance are dancing.
Yes. So he puts on the music and he just starts freestyling, his dance moves and everything like that. He starts doing some dance moves that you saw in Grease and like Saturday Night Fever. And you even see him dancing like Prince at one point. But it all culminates in him basically slow dancing and grinding on this bunny.
You smell good, girl. You smell good.
And then, of course, his mother and younger brother walk in and are like, what in the world
and
is
if you're
going
too
on?
young to know, slow dancing is like how he was, where you're getting close to your partner and the music's slow, and you probably seen it before.
Which is what I wonder, like, okay, slow dancing doesn't really happen anymore. See, most of you guys are older who watch our videos, but you guys, the kids are not slow dancing anymore. Like, when do you get close to be like, tell me, because
Yeah, you twerk on people and get
I guess
twerked
you
on.
just twerk on them. Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point.
Like when I was coming up, that's how it was. It was transitioning over from slow dancing to twerk
To
dancing.
twerking. Oh my God.